amongst you all, hear me out. I make the atheists one of the likable ones. The ones who aren't liable to scream, God doesn't exist! Woo! Their loves. I'm not one to screech paraphrasals of On the Origin of Species in the face of anybody who looks particularly God-fearing. No, that's not me. However, that does bring up an interesting idea. Is it the obligation of the individual to force spiritual beliefs on as many people as they can? One could say, yeah, duh. If everyone believes the same thing, then world peace is entirely attainable because everybody is sure to believe the exact same thing. And one could be wrong on a fundamental level. And here's why. Simply put, humans as individual thinkers have come a long way. From the first Cro-Magnon band of the past tonight's show, our ability to craft individual ideas and own them has evolved too greatly to be unified under a single belief system. There will always be structural differences in somebody's beliefs, some too interesting to be fully articulated. For example, I'm atheist. I'm not an atheist. The disbelief in a deity is only a single facet of what I truly believe. It's not who I am entirely. I, like so many others, have many other moving parts in my character. Without them, what I believe wouldn't be true. A person's spiritual paradigm shapes every other one that they have. It's rooted deep within their subconscious, spawning their sense of morality and other basal internal cue drives. Nobody is born into this paradigm. That's like saying you're born fully grown. The perils of adolescence safely avoided. And as you all know, it's simply, not that simple. The go-to cliche for this sort of explanation is that life is a journey! And, well, yeah, it is. Life is a series of lessons that come together to shape you into the person that you want to be. But there are some destinations, little checkpoints in between, each with their own objectives. There's one that runs from birth to elementary. That's the one that teaches you how to be a functional human being around other people, like how to not scream bloody murder when you're assigned homework. I know I'm not the only one who's got to learn that early on. Seniors? Woo! Woo! And there's the one that runs from ages 13 to 18, and that's adolescence. That's the fun one that teaches you how to be a productive member of society while also teaching you how to not freak out in the face of a member of the opposite sex. Still working around. But the most important one of all is the spiritual world. This one runs parallel to the main path, and it can be sometimes shaped by the direction it takes. Basically, every observation, every tiny thought you have is collected and coded into what you truly believe. And just like the first structure mankind ever built, it's a process of trial and error, ever-changing. And as the world evolves and shifts and changes, your observations may also change. And that could very well shatter the foundations of what you believe, which is precisely why I label this as a sub-destination. Because it takes everybody different amounts of time to reach their own conclusions. Some people never get to finish their inner skyscrapers, but those who don't should be commended. Those who die in the process should be commended for their prevailing individuality, because there are those who seek to create franchises of belief systems. The underlying principle of most universalizing religions, like Christianity, Baha'i, Islam, and Scientology, is that anybody who does not believe, who does not subscribe to their beliefs, is basically drowning in wasted potential, just waiting for that true believer to show up and save them. And, well, the drowning metaphor actually makes sense. I mean, you see somebody drowning, okay, I'm going to go save him. But what if he isn't drowning? What if he's learning to swim? Sometimes religions fail to make this distinction and insist on using their followers to enlighten people and spread the good word. Understandably, this can get a little annoying at times. Take the Constitution, for example. We have an entire clause devoted to the separation of church and state. However, we have politicians nowadays who try to wade in to save people with religion-fueled bills and laws. Their only focus is saving them with shallow understandings of the principles that they claim to teach. They're shallowed by years of being infatuated with the idea of rescuing these people. So much that it has distorted what they once truly believed. If they could all just stop for 1 second and think about how it's entirely possible for someone to be different from them and happy at the same time, then all of these conflicts would just poof, disappear. I'm up here to ask you to leave spiritual enlightenment to the individual. It's not a crowdsourcing event. If somebody drags you by the lapels down the road to enlightenment, yeah, you're going to reach a similar destination, but it'll be one built upon unwelded girders or bricks without mortar. It will crumble under personal scrutiny because it doesn't have your watermark, your moving parts, your corpse, your mortar. It's somebody else's. You're now host to a shoddily constructed member of the Skyscraper franchise. If someone who isn't Christian, who isn't atheist, isn't Baha'i, that doesn't mean you're any less happy than you are. If you are Christian, fine. Baha'i, sure. Atheist, fine. Scientologist, whatever. It doesn't matter what skyscraper was manufactured for you. Because the secret to world peace isn't making the same one for everybody. It's the idea that even if we can't all believe in the same, or any higher power, we can still believe in each other.